That was 20 minutes? I'm seriously not trying to talk for 20 minutes. What's up, everyone? It's Winslow. How you doing? So, everyone loves a good list. Let's talk about 5 mistakes newer, inexperienced producers make. And maybe not mistakes, but just choices, bad habits developing. I don't know. But, let's keep it with mistakes. So, first things first is a big one. I talk about it a lot. It's competition, like trying to keep up with the rat race, thinking you need to make a new track every week or somebody's going to forget you, posting all the time when you really don't have to. I mean, you just don't. You don't have to post all the time. You don't have to write a ton of music and constantly post things on SoundCloud. We've all gotten burnt out by that, just thinking you have to keep up. And the only person really making you do these things is yourself. All you really need to do is just take your own time, follow your own pace. As long as you don't quit, you're good, really. And to make it, I don't know, a bit more real. I don't know if real is probably not the way to put it, but when you're starting out, no one's paying attention to you anyway.
Message!
Like you think people are. The same way, like when you're walking down the street, you're like, what does somebody think of the shirt I'm wearing? What if I'm walking weird? Just the self-consciousness. No one outside like your friends are paying attention to you. And that's a good thing. It really is, because the right people are there to see you, to help you, to acknowledge what you're doing. And everyone else just kind of exists within the same space. It's not to say that you don't matter or what you're doing doesn't matter. It's to contextualize it. Just to know that you are doing exactly what everyone else you see that's above you has done. They've gotten past. You're stepping your way through on this journey of being new and unremarkable, to put it away. But I mean, that's just how it is. I don't know. Maybe that's a little too uninspiring. Next point. A lot of producers don't network in a way that you should, or in a way that's useful. And networking, first off, is not sending a message, hey bro, listen to my track, which we've all sent. I've done them. Again, you don't realize how dumb it is until you're on the receiving end and you've been through it. And then you're just like, yeah, I used to be like that.
You're despicable.
So networking is just talking to other people within the same space, usually the same creative space. In our case, it's music, other producers, other DJs. So what you should try and do with networking is finding people in a similar area of you. I mean, we're producers, we're in drum and bass, we're DJs. There's a whole bunch of different pockets in there. Just finding other people that you get along with, again, because it's not just like forced relationships. Like I'm just dealing with this person because I think they can get me somewhere. Like it's going to help if you genuinely do get along or have something in common with whoever you're talking to, and you have a genuine interest in what they do, their opinions, at least at the start. If you find out you don't really care for them as a person or what they're doing, yeah, no worries. But you at least know someone, you have a contact, keep things positive and professional, even though it's more or less a hobby at this stage, But some people have, professional, whatever that means in this case, aspirations. So it's good to start early, kind of get those things down. That's what I try to talk about on this channel a lot of times. Just find your team, find your people. I made a video about that a while back, and we're all working towards a goal. A lot of us as musicians are just like, we're working towards our next release or a project, or to elevate ourselves in some way as an artist, more notoriety, whatever you want to call it. You can do that all by yourself. You really can. But more often than not, it will take a whole lot longer than if you made a friend in the process and you all help each other out.
What's gonna work? Teamwork.
So another mistake I think more inexperienced producers make is thinking that one way is the way to do things.
It's the only way.
Oh, somebody does something this way and they have such and such awards, or they're high up releasing here, and there. So that's the way I got to do it. No, if that's a way they've done it, you might be able to apply some of the things, but more or less, you're going to have to find your own way. And that's tough. And you're going to have to try and fail and try the whole creative process. But to think that there's one way to do certain things can come to your detriment. You know, you're just gonna, if something's not working and you keep doing the same thing and it's still not working, that's insanity, right?
You calling me crazy?
Know that you are starting out, and the point is to learn as much as possible, which is my next point. A lot of producers just want shortcuts. They don't want to learn and take the time to learn their craft and what they're doing. They're just like, oh, I just want to bang out this tune and then get to so-and-so or get a gig or whatever. It's like, that's not going to help you in the long run if you're at all interested in being in it for the long run. It's just going to keep you where you are, always a step behind, because you don't really know what you're doing, or you don't really have an understanding. Like, it's kind of the argument I make about like sound and tutorial videos like that. Like, how do you make this sound? It's like, all right, you know how to make the sound. Now, what are you going to do with it? Oh, well, I don't know. I'm just going to copy what so-and-so did. It's like, well, what you're saying there is you don't really understand what you're doing. Like, you get the technical programming something, dropping a break in, but don't understand how to use it in a compelling way. You don't understand yourself enough to know how you would do it because you haven't taken the time to figure out what you like. It's all a necessary step. That's the thing. I'm more saying it so you're aware of it. Maybe you're going through it right now. There aren't any shortcuts. So you do have to learn, and you have to do it yourself. And that comes from researching. It comes from networking and talking to people you know, people you'll meet. And just, again, like the first point, taking your own time, going at your own pace, and learning from as many sources, as many people. It doesn't even have to be in the genre you're trying to write. Just everything helps at that point. See, I'm tying this all together, and we're getting somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
And to tie it all together, my last point is, and maybe this is really a mistake, because mistake is a harsh way to put it, but it's something that I think, again, inexperienced or newer producers can do, is learn to contextualize things. Contextualize meaning having the self-awareness to know where you are in your journey can do so many different things. It can help you relax when you feel like, oh, I got to keep up with my friend over here because he's doing so much. But within context, your friend has been at it for 6 years while you've been at it for maybe 2, and they've been like day in, day out, while you just kind of do it for a weekend. I mean, of course, we're people we have our lives and stuff, and we're doing this for fun. But you do have to remember these things when you're unfortunately comparing yourself to other people. And remember what I said a few videos ago. Comparison is what? The thief of good snares. So contextualize things. Understand where you are. But also, knowing where you are, give yourself the credit and pat yourself on the back. I mean, when you need to. You know, don't go too crazy. Don't let your ego creep up and start thinking you're, the best thing. Because you're not. None of us are, except me. S tier. As far as anyone else is concerned, I'm S tier. Clearly. I mean, do I even have to explain it? But understand that you are on this journey, and you're going to hit these steps, these achievements, roadblocks, speed bumps, whatever. But where you are isn't where you were a week ago, maybe a month ago, years ago. And it's good to just kind of sit back and realize exactly how far you've come. You don't think about it till you do, and then you're just like, wow, okay, it's been 10 years. And I haven't stuck to much for 10 years. It's like playing an instrument, that's about it. It's worth thinking and considering and knowing, just to, help you feel better about what you're doing, because this is very much a you and us self-driven thing. Like, no one's making you do this. So realizing everything you've done, the strides you've taken, everything you've learned, maybe some sacrifices you made, like you didn't hang out with your friends for a while and you kind of lost a relationship or something, or anything. It could be anything. But realizing and contextualizing your journey, where you are in that journey, it can help. It can help a lot. If you've been producing for a year, it's like, I haven't done much. But think about it. You stuck with something for a whole year. How many people stick with anything for a week or two? You know, like what's everyone's New Year's resolutions? To go to the gym, and by like the second week of February, we're like, nah, I don't think that's me anymore. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyway, it's small things like that. It's these little wins that compound into big achievements. I haven't done anything crazy in these 10 years, but if you take every little thing, like my first release, or my first time I got like maybe radio play, whether it was just someone, Johnny whoever's mix, or Radio 1, still haven't done that, but I'm saying, wait, yes I have.
Tune you're hearing right now, Winslow, Better Late Than Never, forthcoming Code recordings.
See, I've glossed over that because I just don't give myself the credit. But that happened, like my first, Radio 1 play last year. And I just looked at it as another thing. And that's me, that's a personal me thing of just like downplaying myself. But it's also what I'm talking about of giving yourself the credit and being aware of where you are and where you've come. So that's kind of it. These 5 things that aren't really mistakes, bad habits, I don't know, but simplify it for a title is 5 mistakes inexperienced or new producers make. So yeah, don't compete against people. Comparison is a thief of good snares. Network, make a friend. Take time to learn. There are no shortcuts. You're gonna figure it out the easy way or the hard way, basically. Or the more difficult, long, why didn't I just do this at the beginning kind of way. And yeah, all these things, I'm not just saying it to be like, I'm the greatest. I'm so humble. But I've gone through these. I go through these daily. And if I can help you out, have less headaches than I give myself, then, I did my job. Maybe. Anyway, on to the next one. Thanks for hanging out.